What the fuck, 2021? You couldn't give us a week. You couldn't give us just one fucking week. 6 days. 6 days, and you turned to 2020 and was like, hold my fucking beer and watch this shit. Here we are. Now, I ain't here to talk about what happened on January 6th. I ain't the fucking news. We all know what happened. It's, the aftermath, I think, that worries me. It's the future that worries me. It's what happens next. Do we squash this movement? I'm afraid, I'm not worried about Donald fucking Trump. I don't give a fuck about Donald fucking Trump. It's the army of idiots that is left that I worry about. It's the movement that is taking place that I worry about. It is the threat to our democracy that I worry about. Last I heard, I think 5 people died as a result of January 6th, and I'm not sure about all the details. I think a cop died after being beaten up by these terrorists. 3 people, I haven't heard the story. There's 3 people died due to medical emergencies, which I have no idea what that was. If they were at the rally or in the march, fuck them. I don't give a fuck. And then, of course, the one woman famously died as she tried to crawl through the door and got shot by Capitol Police. I watched that video several times and enjoyed it. I did not feel sympathy. I do not feel sadness. I rather enjoy watching a terrorist get killed and suffer the consequences for terrorist actions. And that may not be healthy as a human being to enjoy watching somebody taking their last breaths, but fuck it, I honestly don't give a shit right now. What we have here is not so much a failure to communicate. What we have here is one of 2 things. At the rally itself, a lot of people are talking about this rally that President Trump put on January the 6th that led to the riots and what happened in the aftermath. And they say this wasn't Trump's fault. This was a peaceful rally. What the fuck was the point of the rally? Answer me this. What the fuck was the point of the rally if not to do exactly what they did? They were going to confirm the electoral votes, confirm Joseph Biden as president, and Donald Trump chose that day to have this rally for what? You're not convincing these people that you're right does nothing. You need them to act. You need them to do something. You need to delay the process. If you think these people did not know exactly what the fuck they were doing, then you're just not paying attention. This was a coup. It was a failure, but nonetheless, that is what it was. It was an attempted coup. Every single person at that rally, and I hear a lot of talk about how all of these people, it was just a few bad apples, that actually busted in. Bull fucking shit. Did you see the crowds? But regardless of that, let's say your dear sweet uncle or your dear sweet aunt or your nephew or who the fuck ever was at this rally, but they didn't take part in all that violence. They're good people. They just went to the rally. You understand, even the people at the rally, they were only there for one reason and one reason alone. No, 2. There's 2 options here. Either A, they want to see our democracy destroyed in place of a dictatorship, Or B, they are so incredibly stupid and gullible that they actually believe every word that Donald Trump tells them, and they actually believe, contrary to all the evidence, all of even the Trump-appointed judges, they believe that this election was stolen. They are stupid, gullible idiots. Either that, or they want to destroy our democracy in place of a dictatorship. There's no other answer. There's no option C. Okay? The problem is, now you have an army of idiots, but they're not all idiots. You see, somebody has to manipulate the gullible idiots. Somebody has to pull the string. Now, where is Donald Trump in all this? I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't figured it out, you know. I know he's not a genius mastermind, because he's definitely no genius. He is definitely an idiot, but I don't think he's that stupid. Is he? Like, I don't think Donald Trump is so stupid that he actually believes this election was stolen. I can't believe that. And Donald Trump can't be so stupid to believe all the things he said. I mean, this is a guy who told us long before the election, and long before the 2016 election, that if he lost, it's rigged. This is a guy who thinks he won in a landslide in 2016 when he lost a popular vote. This is a guy who still thinks he won in a landslide in 2020 when he lost both the popular vote and the electoral vote. Or at least he says. So Trump is either that stupid and there's other people pulling his strings, or he knows better and he is manipulating. He's just a little smarter idiot than the army of idiots he leads. And then there's other people. There's these senators, these congressmen that are jumping on board. You got people like Ted Cruz. These aren't idiots. These are very educated people, intelligent people. Not only intelligent, but people who know the Constitution, people who know the law, and they know this was a fair election, and they want to overturn it anyway. Or they know any attempt to overturn it will fail, but they see what is happening. They see this movement. And they see these people, this army of idiots who are turning on their own party, who are turning on any Republicans who disagree with their dear leader. And so they have to put on a show. They have to make it look like they are in support of dear leader. They have to, do the actions. They have to go through the motions, raise the objection. Oh, look, I voted, to object to these results. And they know all along it's not going to work. They know all along at the end of the day, Joseph Biden is going to be president. Donald Trump lost fair and square. They know that. But they see this MAGA movement the same way we do, and they know this is a big movement. Anybody who told you, anybody who has told you, and they've told me this repeatedly, Joe, this is a fringe movement. Don't listen to these people. These people are on the fringe. This is not a fringe movement. This MAGA movement may very well rip the Republican Party in half. Either that, or it is just going to make the entire Republican Party more extremist than it has ever been. And that's a scary proposition. I'm not like, this could work to a benefit. They could rip the party in half and destroy themselves in the process, and that would be great. But we're seeing a marriage of so many groups and subgroups who are somewhat like-minded, but wasn't exactly unified before. We're seeing white supremacists. We're seeing these QAnon idiots. We are seeing what was once regular Republicans all come together in this weird marriage under the MAGA umbrella. And they are a dangerous group. And I've tried to say this for a long time. A lot of people have said this for a long time. And if January the 6th was a surprise to you, if you were shocked that these people would do that, you have not been paying attention. I'm honestly surprised it wasn't worse. And there's so much to unpack that we can't even get into. Not only are we talking about these terrorists who stormed the Capitol building, who broke their way in, we're talking about the security. Like, how was that even able to happen? Oh my God, how? I can't believe that the first people who broke the first windows weren't met with a hail of bullets. Honestly, 5 people died. There should have been a lot more. They should have mowed down 10 or 12 of them right in the beginning, and that would have been the end of it. And I'm sorry, I'm not usually all about violence, but you're talking about terrorist actions here. This isn't a protest. Okay? This is not a protest. This is a declaration of war. This is an uprising. This is a terrorist movement. And I can't believe when I see officers inside taking selfies with these terrorists, when I see people just kick back with their feet up on the desk, like, what the fuck? How does this happen? The greatest military in the world and our Capitol building in Washington, D.C. came under this kind of attack from fucking hillbillies? Are you kidding me? Honestly, the future is what I worry about most, and for the first time in a long time, I worry more about the future my child will grow up in than I think I ever have. I'm in Facebook jail right now because I just exploded. I basically was on verge of panic attacks all day when this happened. I was upset. And I wasn't as upset at what was going down in Washington, D.C. as I was upset with what was going down right here in my hometown, and as I watched person after person defend what was happening. When I watched them defend the direct attack on our democracy, people who claim to be patriots, people who claim to love the United States of America, people who claim to back the blue. As I watched them condone and even cheer on what was going on, and I have blocked I swear, my new rule is from this day forward, if you are a Trump supporter, fuck you. If you are part of this MAGA movement, fuck you. No more excuses. No more, well, I don't really like some of the things he says, but no, fuck you. I encourage every one of you, if you have a conscience, to be the same way. You know, I've talked in the past how we can't make these people, comfortable, like these racists and this. From now on, anyone who can support that man after January the 6th, like there is no longer any doubt that you are supporting the end of our democracy. These people, that woman, I watched the video, and like I said, I couldn't be sad or upset that she was killed. Because here she went in, and as flawed as our government is, and as many changes as we would like to see, she was directly attacking one of the best things that we do have going. And that is our democracy. That is our election process. That is, the safeguards we have in place to protect us from an evil dictatorship. And that is what these people are fighting for. And that is what they will be fighting for 4 years, 2 years from now, 4 years from now. You are going to see more. You're already seeing it in the state houses, in Congress. You are seeing a new movement of politicians come up who are just as crazy as your Uncle Ned on Facebook. That's what's scary. These people are no longer just in the comment sections. These people are holding fucking offices. And it's small. It's still rather small. But if we do not stand up to this bullshit, if we do not squash it now, this is going to be a problem. We are going to end up with a dictatorship. We will end up with a theocracy. We will end up losing our freedoms. I would have thought that would have taken decades upon decades to accomplish, and just an absolute mastermind plan to bring America to its knees like that. But what I've learned in the past 4 years is really all it takes is an army of idiots. I know in my last video I said, I hope 2021, if nothing else, gets us on the road to a better 2022. Well, it sure hasn't been a good start, but don't give up hope. Keep up the good fight. I believe we can overcome this. Remember, they might be an army, but they're just a fucking army of idiots. Fuck them.